Hello, I'm Emily Harris, the Engagement Section Chief at Vermont Emergency Management. During this presentation, I'll be discussing what Vermont Emergency Management is and what support we can provide before and during a disaster. There will be different presentations with details on recovery and hazard mitigation. What is Vermont Emergency Management? The mission of Vermont Emergency Management is to ensure the people and communities of Vermont have the capabilities to prevent, protect, mitigate, respond to, and recover from natural and man-made threats and hazards in order to enhance the safety, quality of life, and economic vitality of the state and its citizens. Vermont Emergency Management is made up of 5 sections. Operations and Logistics. This section is responsible for the administration of the Watch Officer Program, readiness of the State Emergency Operations Center, and training and administration of Vermont Alert and Web EOC. Planning and Preparedness. This section is responsible for maintaining the State Emergency Management Plan and all associated partner and incident-specific annexes, as well as the State Exercise Program. Recovery. This section is responsible for assisting towns through the recovery process. There is another presentation with more details from this group. Mitigation. This section is responsible for assisting towns with mitigation planning and projects. There is another presentation with more detail from this group. Engagement section. Home of the regional coordinators who work directly with towns on emergency management planning, training, and exercising. This is always the local's first point of contact with Vermont Emergency Management. This section also houses the statewide training program and school safety program. Local emergency management plans. By statute, all cities and towns are required to have a current local emergency management plan on file with Vermont Emergency Management. This plan, which meets all of the requirements listed in the municipal adoption form, is required to be submitted to Vermont Emergency Management annually after town meeting day, but before June 1st. Regional coordinators can assist you with developing these plans, and when you're ready to submit, you can submit through Web EOC or by sending it to your regional coordinator. Regional coordinators are your first point of contact at Vermont Emergency Management for non-emergency issues. They can provide direct services before planning, training, or exercising, or working to connect you with the appropriate resources. If you need assistance holding a workshop to develop a plan, need a training to be delivered in your region, are ready to start seeing if your plans and trainings work through an exercise, or you just have a question and don't know who to reach out to, please reach out to your regional coordinator. Their contact information can be accessed from the link on your screen. Vermont Emergency Management also encourages communities to participate in their Regional Emergency Management Committee. By statute, these committees meet at least quarterly to coordinate emergency planning and preparedness activities in their region. There are 2 voting members from each city and town, including the Emergency Management Director and an appointed individual from the city or town's emergency services community. Please contact your regional coordinator or regional planning commission if you would like additional details. Vermont Alert is a statewide all-hazard alerting system. Through this system, individuals can sign up to receive information about weather alerts, road closures, and other incidents occurring. They choose the geographic area they want to hear about, the types of alerts they want to receive, and the methods they want to receive them. While the state can issue alerts on behalf of your community when you contact the watch officer, you do need to write them and send them to us prior to calling the watch officer. Alternatively, your community can participate in a 1-hour training, both live and as an anytime recording, to have individuals qualified to send alerts directly and avoid a delay in issuing. In addition to completing the training, you will also need to submit verification that you are authorized to issue alerts on behalf of your community before you will be granted access to the system. If, however, you are experiencing a disaster and need assistance, please reach out to our 24-hour watch officer. This is a position that is on standby every day, night, and holiday to coordinate support to your community. You can reach the watch officer by calling 1-800-347-0488. Please be aware watch officers have 1 hour to return your call. This individual can coordinate resources to your community when your community has outstripped their ability and the abilities of mutual aid partners to respond. A few notes about specific resources. Technical assistance from state teams requested through the Watch Officer come at no charge to your community. There are additional details about Swiftwater and hazmat teams in the Division of Fire Safety presentation. For Vermont Alert, if you send the Watch Officer the message you want to send, the Watch Officer can send it on your behalf. However, you are responsible for creating that message and contacting the Watch Officer to send it. For almost all other resources you call for, the Watch Officer is just coordinating to get you the help you need. Your town is responsible for the costs associated with those resources. Please make sure you've looked locally, both within your community, nearby communities, and with the private sector before reaching out to the Watch Officer. It will be cheaper and faster for you to get those resources locally. Please note, Vermont Emergency Management currently has a limited supply of sandbags available that you should request during normal business hours by calling 802-244-8721. Your community would be responsible for picking these sandbags up, storing them in a dry location that's immediately accessible to you, procuring sand, filling the sandbags, and properly disposing of them after they have been used. Reporting damage. When residents are experiencing damage, we encourage them to contact Vermont 211 to report the damage, and 211 can connect them with available resources to support them. When a disaster is happening, the state needs to know what's going on so we can assess where resources should be staged or prioritized and which areas may have enough damage for us to request a disaster declaration. This local liaison work is conducted by regional planning commissions. Their presentation provides more detail about the process. Information about disaster declarations will be covered in the Vermont Emergency Management Recovery Section presentation. One final note. If you want to stay in contact with Vermont Emergency Management throughout the year, I encourage you to sign up for our mailing lists. These lists are available for anyone. Just click the corresponding link, add your email address and name, and you will receive a confirmation email. To confirm your subscription, click the link in the email or reply to the email, and you will be subscribed. Current lists include School Safety, VEM Daily Watch Officer Report, VEM Funding, VEM Newsletter, and VEM Training. Thank you.